Right. So we have covered these two now. ये दोनों हो गया. Now let us come to if, elif, else part. ठीक. Now इसमें क्या होगा? Here I'll mention more than out of many, ऐसे नहीं लिखते हैं, out of many possibilities, out of many possibilities you are interested in more than two. Possibilities and corresponding actions. ठीक है? For example, let's say I have a question. Write a Python program. Okay, write a Python program to accept three numbers and print the biggest among them. And print the biggest among them. Okay. So इसमें क्या करेंगे? सबसे पहले इसका लॉजिक देखते हैं. हाउ मेनी नंबर्स आर देयर?
3.
पॉसिबिलिटी कितना होगा? कितने डिफरेंट टाइप के पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकते हैं?
3.
बिगेस्ट होने का
3.
3 होगा. पॉसिबिलिटीज 3 हियर. ठीक है? ईदर फर्स्ट और सेकंड और थर्ड. यस शशांक, वेलकम बैक. थर्ड. हाँ वो करेंगे. इंट क्यों लेंगे? फ्लोट भी तो ले सकते हैं. बिकॉज आई हैव नॉट मेंशन्ड ओनली इंटीजर नंबर्स. ओके. थर्ड कैन बी बिगर. Okay. Interested in how many possibilities? All three. तीन में से जो सबसे बड़ा हो उसे मुझे डिस्प्ले करना है. ठीक है? All three possibilities. ठीक है? That is first bigger, second bigger. सौरभ दो possibilities कैसे होगा? And rest of the scenario wherein, of course, third bigger. It can be more also. Rest तो मैंने लिख दिया यहाँ पे. Let's say चलो हटा ही देते हैं rest को. Third. Okay. Third. Why you will assume anyone as the bigger? तुम लिस्ट वाला अप्रोच याद कर रहे हो सौरभ, वो नहीं है इसमें. वी डोंट नीड टू अज्यूम एनीवन एज बिग. देखते हैं. ठीक है. नाउ, so of course we have more than two possibilities here that we are interested in. So we'll use what type of structure? If, elif, else. Okay. So we'll write, let's say three numbers are n1, n2 and n3. ठीक है. Then what you will do is, if n1 is bigger than n2 and n1 is bigger than n3 or greater than n3, so what we will do is, either we can print here, print n1, or we can write big equals to n1. ठीक है. Then what you will do is, elif, which is short form for else if, you can write n2 is bigger than n3 and yeah n1 and n2 is bigger than n3, big equals to n2. ठीक है. Okay. Else big equals to n3. इसमें देखो क्या किए. We have taken first three numbers in three different variables identified by n1, n2 and n3. All the three numbers will be of float type because we have not been asked कि वो number ये होना चाहिए तुम्हारा integer होना चाहिए, float होना चाहिए. Okay. Therefore, when you have accepted the three numbers, you will compare. If first possibility you are checking, if first number is greater than the second number and first number is also greater than the third number, then you are sure which one is the biggest? First number, because it is greater than the other two. Next. ठीक है. उसके बाद अगर वो भी नहीं है, of course at the end you will write, here there is no space but actually you should write below and in the line of else only. Okay, you should write print big, if you have to print also. This is not within the block of any if, elif or else. It is outside in the level of if. You will write print big. Okay, so here यहाँ पे क्या है? If you are checking if first number is greater than the other two, that is n1, n2 and n3 at the same time, then that means biggest one is n1. अगर वो नहीं है, then it will come down. It will, if it is correct, देखो अगर ये सही होगा तभी नीचे आएगा. ठीक है. If it is नहीं, if it is wrong, then only it will trickle down, come to this, and then it will check. If it is also wrong, then it will automatically execute the else case. So it flows from top to bottom. जहां पे उसे true मिल जाएगा, that case it will execute and rest of the following cases will be ignored. ठीक है. So let's say if first one is biggest, then this will be hit, else if and elif and else won't be executed, it will come out directly and print big. If this happens to be false, then it will come down to elif and it will check, okay, fine. Is n2 greater than n1 and n2 at the same time greater than n3 also? If that is the case, then it will modify big as, or it will mark n2 as the biggest one. Okay. If this is also incorrect, that means the first is also incorrect, the second is also incorrect. That is a statement. The header part of if and elif both are incorrect, result in true. Sorry, they both result in false. Then automatically for rest of the cases, else signifies for rest of the cases, but there is only one case. That is, of course, if neither n1 nor n2 is biggest, then n3 is the biggest one. Okay. ये क्लियर है कि बिगेस्ट वन वाला कैसे बना? तो बताओ. Just a minute. Okay. ठीक है. Shashank has sent something. What he has sent? क्या किया? ठीक है प्रशांत, तुम्हारा अप्रोच भी सही है. शशांक सॉरी. बट लास्ट वन जो 13th लाइन लिखे हो ना तुम, I'll suggest a few modifications in your program, Shashank. When you are doing print inside every thing, there is no need to print. ठीक है, कर दिए हो, ठीक है. But print at the end only you can do at all or at one same time. Line number 13 को else से replace कर दो. ठीक है, तो वो भी ज्यादा सही हो. राइट. शशांक, वो तुम्हारा सॉल्यूशन भी गलत नहीं है, पर ये बताओ, दिस वन हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? ठीक है, तो ये समझ में आ गया है. नाउ व्हाट वी विल डू इज, विल मॉडिफाई दिस प्रोग्राम इन अ बेटर वे. ठीक है, तो इसमें मॉडिफिकेशंस में हम लोग क्या करेंगे? जस्ट अ मिनट. राइट, ठीक है. कहाँ पे थे हम लोग? नाउ इस प्रोग्राम को कैन वी मॉडिफाई इट और मेक इट बेटर? क्या ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं? कैन वी डू समथिंग? तो देखो यहाँ पे क्या है. n1 is equals to this, n2 is equals to this, n3 is equals to this. मतलब ये lines copy कर देना as it is. Then you can write if n1 is greater than n2 and n1 is greater than n3, then you can write biggest one is n1. elif, अब देखो elif पे कब आएगा? When this is, when if this results in false, then only it will come down to elif. नहीं तो यहां पे ही ये करके डायरेक्ट elif और else को इग्नोर करके आगे बढ़ जाएगा. If the first one happens to be true, it won't go down to elif or else. However, if this one is false, if wala condition, if ka header is false, then it will come down. So if the first one, that is n1 is greater than n2 and n1 is greater than n3 results in false, what that means, n1 is not the biggest, that's why it came down. So if it comes down to elif, is it not evident that n1 is not the biggest? क्योंकि n1 biggest होता तो यहीं पे hit कर जाता वो, and then it would have come in big equals to n1 or elif, and else would have ignored, and then it would have come out of the if elif else structure, or then end हो जाता program print करने के बाद, right? So if it has come to elif, it is but obvious that n1 is not the biggest, क्योंकि biggest होने पे ये true हो जाता, and in that case had it been biggest, it would have resulted in true, header would have resulted in true, and n1 would have been assigned to big. Okay. So if it has come down, we can be sure that n1 is not the biggest, and therefore we can write, we need to only compare between n2 and n3. Okay. So this, even if you write this, this is not incorrect, but this is inefficient. It is not required to compare with n2 with n1. Only n2 with n3 comparison is required, but because this is implicit, or this is automatically understood if it has come down to elif. Okay, elif पे तभी आया है जब n1 was not the biggest. So we don't need to worry about whether n1 is bigger than n2. ठीक है? So n1 is not the biggest, therefore it has come down, and then you can safely write big equals to n2. Else you can write big equals to n3, and then you can at the end print big, and big is out of if elif else, it is in the same line. ये block में अंदर में नहीं है. ये बताओ, both are the solutions, this 1 and 2 both are the solutions, but second one is a better solution. Why it is better? Because less number of comparisons are made. Here one extra comparison was made by computer, which due to which it took more time to execute. Therefore here one less comparison is made. Therefore this is a better solution. Is this concept clear to all? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, give me a minute, I'll just be back. Right, so सबको क्लियर है ये चीज? प्रियंका,
Yes, sir.
अभिषेक, सौरभ, ठीक है, राइट. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. In this round we'll be focusing more on problem solving. वो ज़्यादा हेल्प करेगा. क्वेश्चन थ्योरी तो देख ही चुके हैं. Sir, can we use it twice? Can we use if twice? You can use separate if 2 times one after the other, or you can use nested if. But if के बाद then either elif should come or as a part of the same if, either elif should come or else should come. डायरेक्ट इफ के बाद फिर अनदर सेकेंड इफ यू कैनॉट हैव. ठीक है. What I mean to say is, if some header and then some block, you can have this, then you can have separate if, which is not related to this. Okay, that you can have here. Okay, which you can say first if, second separate if, like that you can have. Okay, but in the same structure, else ke jagah if you cannot have. If you write if in second in the same line, that will mean that this was the separate if and where this was a separate if, which are independent of each other. Okay. Within if you can have this second scenario is, within if some header, you can make some other comparison in the block of if. This you can be block 2. This is nested. Okay. Can this replace elif? Yes, but else elif वाला ज़्यादा लॉजिकल होता है. ठीक है. जैसे कि अगर तुम जो पहला प्रीवियस प्रोग्राम में अगर एलिफ नहीं लिखते, यहाँ इफ लिखते, then you would have you would need to write this form: n2 is greater than n1 and n2 is greater than n3, because this else would have been, this if would have been a separate if, and it would not have come down because this resulting in false. Okay, इसका काम यही खत्म हो जाता, and then if second if आ जाता, then you would need to compare everything, क्योंकि वो दोनों एक दूसरे से इंडिपेंडेंट हो जाते. ओके, सौरभ को समझ में आया? ओके, ठीक है. ठीक है, ज्यादा कंफ्यूज मत करो. इफ यू आर पॉन्डरिंग ओवर व्हाट सौरभ asked and if you have understood, then very good. नहीं समझ में आया है तो और भी अच्छी बात है, एकदम समझने की कोशिश नहीं करना. डोंट ओवरथिंक. ओके. राइट. Write a Python program to कुछ क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. मान लो कि यू हैव समथिंग लाइक, अच्छा एक और देख लेते हैं. राइट अ पाइथन प्रोग्राम टू accept 3 numbers from user and print them in ascending order. ठीक है. print them in ascending order. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे? फर्स्ट वी विल एक्सेप्ट 3 numbers. थ्री नंबर्स लेंगे. n1 is equals to float input, n2 is equals to float input, n3 is equals to float input, and then we'll write if n1 is greater than n2 and n1 is greater than, इसमें we will mix up two programs. n1 is greater than n3, then big equals to n1 elif. I'm first finding the biggest one. n1 and n2 is greater than n3, big equals to n2, else big equals to n3. Now because space is not there within the in the same Python file. I will continue writing down, पर क्योंकि space नहीं है मेरा, so I'll start writing from here. ठीक है. Then I have found the biggest in the same Python program or Python script. I'll continue below and I'll write these lines. I'll find the smallest. Smallest कैसे find करेंगे? Just reverse the signs. If n1 is less than n2, अगर n1 n2 से भी छोटा है and n3 से भी छोटा है, if it is small as compared to both n2 and n3, then for sure smallest number is n1. elif n1. अब n1 सबसे small नहीं है. If n1 is not the smallest, then of course either n2 or n3 will be smallest. So we'll compare only those two. क्योंकि ये false होगा तभी then only it will come to elif. n2. Now if it has come to else, that means both if and elif were incorrect. That means neither n1 nor n2 was small. Then the obvious possibility is smallest will be n3. Okay. Now let's suppose user had given n1 as 5, n2 as 3, or n2 as 7 and 17, or n3 as 9. Okay. Now tell me, by the time your program reaches here, this point, what will be the value of big and what will be the value of small? Let's say by the time your program reaches the line, मैं मान लो line number दे देता हूँ. This is line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And let's say when it reaches the line number 16 and 17, what will be the value of big and small? For the inputs, n1 equals to 5, n2 equals to 17, and n3 is equals to 9. Okay, Priyanka says big will be 17 and 5 will be small. Good. So this will be here, big will be what? 17 and small will be 5. Now tell me, can in line number 18, can I write this statement? Okay, this green ones line numbers are not the part of the program. Just for the sake of keeping track of the lines, I have written those. Let's say I write a statement. What lies in between the biggest and the smallest number entered by the user, that is the middle number out of the three, will be n1 plus n2 plus n3 minus big plus small. Are you convinced with this expression that once you have found the biggest and the smallest number out of the three numbers entered by the user, middle one will be given by this expression? Let me know. Initial sum of the three numbers were n1 plus n2 plus n3. Out of that sum, you are subtracting the total of big and small. That means two of the numbers will be crossed out and balanced and will be negated by the sum of big and small. The remaining one will not that number be the middle one, that lies between big and the small. ये देखो और ये एक्सप्रेशन मुझे बताओ कि हाउ डिड वी गेट मिड आफ्टर फाइंडिंग द बिग एंड स्मॉल। ठीक है, अगर इसको तुम चाहो तो मैं लाइन नंबर 19 करके सॉल्व करके भी दिखा दूंगा। ठीक है, आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग इट एज अ कमेंट। Mid is equals to n1 is 5 plus n2 is 17 plus n3 is 9 minus 17 plus 5. What will this give you? 5 and 17 will be gone. The remaining one 9. Is it not lying between the bigger and the smaller number? Yes, it is. Okay. ये concept clear है सबको? Then can we print it in now in ascending order? Can we now print it in ascending order like print ascending order में क्या होगा? Smaller to bigger one. Smallest is small. Then what will come next is mid, and then what you will get is big. Is this program clear to all of you? Anant is non-responsive today, totally. For his participation, I'll give him 0 marks. Okay. हाँ, ठीक है। Yes, Anant, keep on replying. तब समझ में आएगा ना मुझे। Okay, ठीक है। If this is clear, I will give one question, will explain the logic, you will try it out, and the next class will start from the discussion of that question. Okay. What is the question? Write a Python program to calculate the electricity bill. Write a program. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं लिखते हैं. Write a program to accept number of electrical units consumed units अच्छा, उससे पहले एक छोटा सा डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम कर लेते हैं. राइट अ प्रोग्राम टू एक्सेप्ट marks in 5 subjects, और लेट्स से इसको 3 कर देते हैं. 3 subjects out of 70 each. मतलब हर सब्जेक्ट का मैक्सिमम मार्क्स इज 70 मार्क्स इन ईच सब्जेक्ट. इन ईच in each find the percentage obtained and display the corresponding grade. Grade as per the following chart, as per the following table. as per the following table. Your table is like this: percentage, okay, और let's पहले बना लेते हैं टेबल. कुछ ऐसा. परसेंट ग्रेड, ठीक है. ग्रेड इज A B C D. दिस इज लेस देन 40%. यू शुड प्रिंट ग्रेड D, ठीक है. Then you can give greater than 80, give grade A. Okay. Then you can give तुम्हारा 60 से 80 greater than 60, just less than 80, less than equals to 80 and greater than 60 by grade B, and then less than equals to 60 and greater than 40, ठीक है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे लेस देन इक्वल्स टू 40 पे डी. लेट्स से कुछ इस तरह का क्वेश्चन है. Now, first you will calculate the percentage out of three subjects, and based on the percent, if elif else लगेगा, because you can have four different types of percentage bracket range. ठीक है, percentage range can be in the four ways. 80 से ऊपर में A देना है, greater than 60 and less than equal to 80 के बीच में आएगा, उस bracket range में आएगा, then you will give uh, B, grade B. So because there are four possibilities when you divide, and you are concerned with more than two possibilities, so if else में जाओगे, ठीक है. Try to we'll start solving from this question next class. You all also should try. Pretty simple one. Okay, we are going with the basics. ठीक है. Clear है ये question? If it is clear, then we'll stop here only. From this point, we'll start solving next class. Right? Okay. That will be all. You can disconnect, no problem.